gathered together from the four corners of the earth, here in this great channel of truth, are the worst flat earthers ever assembled.
Yeah, no, did it, what kind of cheese did it have on it?
It had some byproduct. It wasn't real cheese, I know that. Because like I said, it was all vegetarian. I don't know where she got it. Maybe it was the same stuff you're talking about.
Yeah, for the meetups that we do, because a lot of times we just order pizzas and stuff. And I told my buddy one day, I was like, dude, what about all the people that are like vegetarian and vegan and stuff like that? And he's like, yeah, I don't know what to do about that. And I was like, well, just no matter where you order the pizza from, just order like one or two of them. Just order it with like no cheese and like extra sauce or something like that with all the veggies on it.
Right.
So we started doing that, and it's funny because there'll be other pizza left, and all of the veggie pizzas are all gone, you know?
Right. Dan Walker, what's up, Dan?
Hey, Wes. How's it going?
Yo, what's up, Dan?
Taking care of business. Trying.
Doing some flat smacking?
No, I got to support myself. That's the problem. I've been doing lots of flat earth and not a lot of regular work.
I hear you. Life gets in the way, man.
Do you have a day job?
Yes, I do. Finally.
And what do you do?
Oh, yeah. I'm a maintenance engineer for a company called City View Properties. And basically, we take care of a lot of apartment buildings. And right now, they got me over by the U of M of Minnesota. And they're basically, they rent those apartments out to college students that have very, very wealthy families. These apartments, if you see them, are unbelievable, and they're fully furnished, and they're very expensive. I think a one-bedroom apartment goes for about $1,400 a month, and then they got these townhomes that have 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, and those things go for like $3,800. It's fucking ridiculous.
Ouch.
So anyhow, I making $20 an hour, and basically I'm you know, they're having a big turnover, so they got like 100 units that they're turning over right now. And we have to go in and tape all the moldings, pull off all the light covers and plug covers, and then the painters come in, they do their thing. Then we go back in, pull off the tape, put the covers back on, make sure all the cupboard doors shut, make sure the dishwasher works, refrigerator works, sinks drain, toilets flush, blah, blah, blah. Basically just maintenance upkeep.
And it's necessary because of the turnover.
Oh, absolutely. And they, every now and then they'll have people who move in, they're like, no, I don't like the beds that they're furnishing them. So then we have to go up there and tear down the fucking beds, pull off the dressers, and then they move their own shit in, which really sucks.
Do they give you a full day regardless of what work there is, or do you only get the hours that you get?
Yeah, you get the hours you get. But I mean, they give you, we work overtime, so anything over 40 hours, we get $30 an hour.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So far, I got an hour and a half over for this week. Today, we only worked 8 hours, which is weird. Usually, it's a 10-hour day. But, you know, to have 3 old guys in their 50s moving furniture, that's just not right.
Don't say old. Just don't say it.
What, aged?
Yeah.
Finally aged? Yeah, we got I got 2 guys I work with, actually 3. I got one guy's 50, one guy's 55, and then the other guy's 57, like myself. And he just happens to be the owner of the company that I'm working for. And because he had 2 guys that were young guys that were supposed to come, and they never showed. So he had to go in.
How often do you do your show?
Well, I usually do it on Saturday or Sunday. Sometimes I do it during the weekday, but I don't have a set schedule anymore.
Is it fun or is it a responsibility?
Oh, it's fun as hell. It's just that I find it not. I don't find the time to do it. Now that I'm working, it's just like I don't know if I'm going to continue doing shows. I'm going to try to do it on the weekends, but usually I end up going into someone else's show like this one, and then before I know it, I've been in there 6 hours, and I'm like, shit, I wanted to do my own show, and I just kind of get burned out.
Yeah, it seems like we all get burned out.
Yeah. Well, I still want to get a hold of this physicist, and I'm going to try to put it at him in the right way to see whether or not he would come and debate Flat Earth, preferably Mark Sargent.
Mark doesn't do debates.
What's that?
Mark does not do debates. He doesn't believe in debates.
Doesn't believe in what?
Debates? Debating, yeah.
Oh, no. He said if you got a physicist who actually is credible and you can look him up, and he's got a PhD, which this guy claims that he has, he'll debate the hell out of him.
Wow, that'd be good.
So it's like, I told him I wanted to host it. I mean, I just talked to Mark last week on a show about it, and he's like, "Oh hell yeah!" He's like, "If you could set it up, I'll do it." And I'm like, "Sweet."
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice to get anybody credible that has
Exactly.
anything interesting to say, really.
Right. Well, here, I'll tell you what. I got are you on your computer or your phone?
No, I'm driving,
Oh,
so
okay.
phone only.
Because I've got the guy's info. I got his
Where'd you
link.
find him? Where'd you find him? How do you know he's interested?
Just, I don't know. It was just out of pure luck. I just happened to I found something interesting that I was interested in, and I clicked on it to watch it, and it was very interesting. And the guy, you know, said, "I like doing these type of cool videos to teach the public about physics." And I'm like, "Oh, interesting." So I watched the whole thing, and then I went to his site, and I went to the about section, and
Ah,
I read the about section, and that kind of hit my curiosity, and I'm like, "Oh, I got to show this to Mark." I can find where it went to. Um, where the hell? Okay, here we go. No, that's not it.
it'd be nice to get a panel of science goofballs, and then hit them with flat Earth. Get them there under different pretenses.
Yeah.
And,
Well, I somehow want to craft a little message email in a way that we've been trying to get certain physicists to come and debate us on flat Earth, and we're coming up dry. Neil deGrasse Tyson won't do it, and so won't do it. Just throw out some heavy hitters to see, and then we thought maybe you might want to, and just to see what they would say. I don't know.
uh, it'd be nice to see their face when you suddenly ask them
Yeah,
questions.
no,
You know, if they were expecting question on, let's just call it, theoretical sciences. You know,
well, here's what here's what this guy's
solid
description.
stuff.
This is what this guy's description is, and I found it kind of ironic because this we're talking. This is a professional, right? You'd think that he would have worded it a little different. So he says, hey, "Hi, welcome to the domain of science. I am Dominic Willman, and I make these videos. I love science and really like finding ways to explain it to others because learning something new is the best. The science, yeah, and science has a lot of mind-blowing stuff in it. I have done a lot of quantum physics in the past. I did a PhD in quantum device physics and work at a quantum computer company called D-Wave. As well as making these videos, I write children's books about science with Professor Astrocat."
Maybe that's the character in his books.
I'm thinking it is.
And you could be sure English is not his first language.
Yeah, no doubt. So it was just kind of weird the way he wrote it, and I was trying to take it seriously. Anyhow, I have your email. I'm going to send you his link.
Cool.
And then you could check him out for yourself.
I'm trying to go after the word scientific theory these days because they separate theory and scientific theory, where they accept theory as theory, but they accept scientific theory as fact. And I can't understand where that's written and why. I got to go after those words. They're hitting me with it. Oh, it's a scientific theory, therefore it's a fact. And I'm going, what? You know, what?
That's because Neil deGrasse Tyson said science is always right, whether you believe it or not.
So we'll just put science in front of something. Like, you know, the Lakers aren't as good as they used to be, you know, so if we just did scientific basketball, everything would be all right. I mean, I just don't get it.
Yeah.
It's we're not practicing. We're going to do a scientific practice. Therefore, it's different. But I want to find that definition and the origin of that concept, because I'm getting shot down on that concept by smart people who feel there's accuracy in that definition. It's killing me.
Okay.
Could we equate it to music? Like, for instance, I can play with an instrument, but I don't know music theory. In other words, does it make the music different if you're following music theory?
Honestly, well, as far as to the ear, no, because I've actually studied music theory, and for the individual, big difference. Makes a big difference. But like I said, for the person who's listening to the music, doesn't make a shit of difference.
It probably doesn't give you any rhythm either. You can understand the language,
Exactly.
the notes, the runs, and everything. You probably still don't have any rhythm.
Yeah, no doubt. Good point. Okay, I'm just trying to find your email here.
Flat Earth Waterman, Gmail.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to find. I like my copy and paste. I think I got your email a long time ago.
I wonder what Mark's show is going to have on tonight.
Yeah, who knows? I wish you'd get that fucking Res Reddick on there. I'd like him to tear him a new asshole.
What city is he in?
I'm sorry?
Do you know what city Red's Rhetoric is in?
I have no clue. But the guy's an ass.
Is Jaron finally done with him?
Oh, I'm pretty sure he is.
Gave him a lot of notoriety.
Yeah, I know. He's a total dick. I mean, his last video was just beating the shit out of Mark and Patricia, and he calls us the potato of the potatoes. We're the potatoes.
It's kind of funny.
And he's just immature, totally immature.
But based on his audience, he's cool. You know, I mean, like, take that segment of the population, and he looks pretty smart. If you take the middle, he's covering them. You know, because anyone dumber than that can't understand him.
Sure.
You know, I mean, in other words, he speaks in full sentences and such. So intelligent people are gravitating, or semi-intelligent people are gravitating to him because it looks like he's defending science, so to speak.
Right.
He really does. Looks like he's doing good work in that respect.
There it is. And the Waterman. Found you. I have so many frickin' flat earthers email. Oof.
And do you still do meetups? Do you still meet people?
Oh yeah, definitely. We go over to the. We're going to be having another the Flat Earth Brewery. I got to get my ass out there with Josh from Authentic Intent. I got to get out there.
Do you like dealing with people that way?
Oh yeah, I don't mind it. Not at all.
I'm sure he needs help.
No,
People,
I won't do what he does. In your face. Oh yeah, go ahead, walk away, you little bitch. Yeah, I mean, I know he doesn't say that, but the way he says it, it's just like the same.
I haven't watched him that much.
Yeah, he can get pretty intense.
He's alone every time, though, isn't he?
Generally, but lately he's been having people come out with him.
Yeah, it's easier when you got help.
I'm glad. I'm so glad. Because you're not going to beat up someone when you got someone else there.
It's just also you run out of stuff to say, and people, you're expected to explain the entire workings of the universe. It's a lot people ask of you, to stand there and know the answers to how everything works.
Right.
Everything. It's just impossible. I mean, it's hard. People say, well, what's underneath it? And I just have to say, I don't know. I'm not even going to speculate.
So anyhow, let's see, subject line is going to say domain of science.
Okay.
So when you get the email, you'll know.
Domain. Yeah, I'm glad I'm already after science. Because otherwise I'd go after science.
Yeah.
I'm already stealing their coat.
Exactly.
Scientific theory is different than a theory. I want to find out who said that and who's pushing that. Because it's just bad. It's bad language. I mean, unless I'm wrong, unless I find that there is such a thing, and then still, why would it have the word theory attached to it? Why wouldn't it just be called a fact? A scientific theory is a fact. They look at me in the eye and say that. Scientific theory is a fact. Really?
Yeah, I know. And I just hate the, I argued with this one guy about theory, and I was trying to explain to him what theory meant, and he just kept arguing, going, no, that's not what theory says. Go look it up. This is the definition. I said, dude, I know what the definition is, but if I sit there and make up a formula with certain criteria that says that you can take an elephant and hang it upside down by its tail, hanging onto a daisy, hanging off a cliff, and it comes out to the same equation, and you could repeat it, doesn't mean that it's fucking true. Doesn't mean that it's a fact. But yet on paper, I could make it, hey, the math works out. And this guy, I don't know. It was a lost cause. He just kept telling me that, oh, no, the definition means that a theory is fact. I'm like, no, it doesn't. It just says that it's repeatable. Hey, cut your arm open, and if you repeat it, it'll do the same thing. You'll bleed. Am I right or am I right?
I think you're right.
There you go.
When I get cut,
So what are you doing, Jared? Anything?
I am working right now.
Oh,
Deliveries.
delivery.
Here's your fucking pizza. Yours flat, fuckface.
Damn it, shut
Here's
up.
your fucking flat pizza, bitch. Oh yeah, by the way, first flat.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, PPC1, biatch.
That's what you
What
need.
up now?
Is there a company called Flat Earth, a pizza place called Flat Earth Pizza?
I think there actually is, believe it or not. I think it's actually somewhere on the East Coast, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody can look that up. I think there's either a pizza place or it's a theater.
Right.
One of the. I know it's. I think somebody asked that question before, and we were like, "Holy shit, there is one."
Hey, I was going to the Flat Earth Brewery.
The guy. Yeah, maybe I'm thinking of that. The guy that had meetup, place. He's got a pizza, Kansas City pizzeria, and
Right.
he's the owner. So he, like, every first Monday of the month, that's what they meet. I've never met there before. I started having to work and have to go to school on Mondays, so I was never able to make it to a meetup. I haven't been able to make a meetup since dude broke his arm falling down the hill. That was bad. So yeah, anyway, flat Earth places are. They're a lot more. I would have thought. I didn't know there was a flat Earth theater. Like, why a flat Earth theater?
They're popping up.
A Dougie Fresh. A Dougie Fresh.
Come on, Pete, play that song.
Why don't you play when you see PonchoPete? Play, Bob.
Reminds me of childhood memories when everything was just felt too hard. She got a smile that it seems to me reminds me of childhood memories where everything was as fresh as a bright blue sky. Now and then when I see her face, she takes me away to that special place. If I stay too long, I'll probably break down and cry. I said, whoa, oh, whoa, sweet child of mine. I said, whoa, oh, 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 sweet love of mine. She got eyes of the bluest skies, and if they thought of rain, I hate to look into those eyes and see an ounce of pain. Her hair reminds me of a safe place where, as a child, I'd hide, pray for the thunder and the rain to quietly pass me by. I say, whoa, oh, whoa, oh, oh, sweet love of mine. I can't sing Guns N' Roses. I've tried a few of them, but I can't sing it.
Yeah, it so sucks. You got to go really high on that.
My name is Derek, and I can sing high.
Whoa, 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 sweet child of mine. It's like grab your crotch and squeeze.
whose channel is called Fuck Masons? Go on, give me a clue. My tears don't, my tea's gone cold. I'm wondering why. But out of bed at home, morning rain clouds up my window. And I can't see it all, even if I could alone. No way. Is he back? I don't know how he dares show his face. He went too far, Carl. He went too far. Hi, Dave.
Is this thing on?
Yes.
I got a lot of internet trouble. Is who back?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh. Why did he type in the chat or something? Oh. Tinkly. I don't think Hank Hill is breathing Stadley. Are you playing a song?
No, I was just messing around.
Oh. Oh, I slipped in the mud and everything. It was fantastic. Landed on me elbow and on my buttocks a little bit. Now I got mud stains on my backside. Slow day on the Flat Earth News Channel, PPC Network chan.com.org.net.
Hey, Dave, what's up?
Welcome to the show where you don't know.
Yeah, I'd like to order a pizza. I would like a large sausage, mushrooms.
Check out raccoon. This is crazy.
Black olives and extra cheese.
Do you want fried raccoon on there too? We offer that
I want to
today.
do a credit card over the phone.
Credit card over the phone? Okay.
Or
Let me get my pencil so I can write it down and spread it over the internet.
Address is 3620 Fremont Avenue North.
Fremont, okay.
All right.
Zip code?
5314.
Does he know he's live or no?
00530799.
He ordered a pizza on the internet live.
One.
Shit,
Then we better
mute him. Hey, Wes. Come on, man. It was crazy.
At first, I thought he was kidding around.
I was too. I wasn't serious one bit.
He gave out his credit card number on our live.
Well, no, he started to. Did he already do it, or was he?
I think I talked over it enough that hopefully they won't hear it when they play it back.
Nothing.
They don't have enough information. Even if they got the number, we got it shut down before he gave out the expiration date and shit.
Oh,
Good job, Dave. Good job.
Shit.
I'd want someone to do the same for me, you know.
Oh yeah.
I'm not realizing that my mic is out open.
Unity, brother. Unity, brother.
Unity.
Crap, I wish I would have caught it I had to mute the TV. I was ordering my pizza.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
we
almost
know.
gave out the credit card number on the deal here.
Well, that'll give me a reason to watch the replay.
That's right.
I think we talked over it enough, though.
What song did
Yeah, I
you
thought you were
play?
joking. No, I thought you were joking, and you were like giving out your numbers, and I was like, "What's your PIN number? What's that zip code?"
You said you're going to order a pizza and you're going to use a credit card. And then you said what kind of pizza, and then you started giving out the card number, and I was like, he's not joking around here.
I didn't do that. I had it on mute.
No, we heard the whole thing.
Are you serious?
Sure you did. Sure you did.
Live pieces of shit. No way.
No, we're serious, but we talked over it, I think, enough. We're good.
Oh, thank God.
And then I muted. That's why I muted you. Because you
Oh,
were giving out your information.
Fucking A. I could have swore oh, that's what I did. I muted the TV and I didn't mute me. That was dumb.
That's what you call a senior moment.
Shit.
Called a weed bump. It's all good. We all get them. I get weed bumps every day.
I thought weed was illegal in Kansas.
Allegedly. I allegedly get a weed bump every once in a while.
Yeah. Allegedly. I've seen weed, but I don't know what it's for.
I don't know.
Making sales, right? Hemp sales.
Inhale it. I never inhale it.
Hemp blue jeans makes the finest fabric known to man. As far as longevity. It's also good for paper. Hemp paper. Good for making
My
money.
girlfriend one time said, I didn't inhale, Mom. Yeah. She busted her straight up smoking weed. And the daughter told her she didn't inhale, and the mom bought it. She bought it.
The whole country bought that story with Slick Willie.
Oh, yeah.
That for the news. Mainstream
Yeah, I
news.
smoked marijuana.
I'm in college, but I didn't inhale. Hell no. Hell's no. I wouldn't do that.
You get to the point where you watch somebody roll it, stood there while somebody's smoking it, and you put it up to your mouth. But nope, ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna.
Wouldn't be prudent. That was Daddy Bush's line. Dana Carvey used to always say it on Saturday Night Live.
Not gonna. Yeah, he kind of overplayed it a little bit.
Yeah,
That's what you got to purchase.
He didn't want to get too close to it. Had to make it open mock, known mockery. No mistakes could be made that he was mockery. Like the time, who was it? Steve Colbert in front of Bush, saying all this shit, acting like he was pro-conservative, pro-Bush, but he, pro-Republican. But it seemed like he was mocking it. And it was right. Well, Bush was right there, sitting next to him. It was weird. Junior Bush.
When was that?
Some kind of award show that Junior Bush and Steve Colbert had to do some talking, where they were giving out some awards for some reason.
Man, so mad.
He was up on the podium, and Bush was backing the guys that were getting awards, the back row seats.
Oh, okay. Is it on YouTube?
Probably that's where I saw it. Yeah, it's like back when he was president, and Steve Colbert was on Comedy Central.
So he was the president at the time that it went down?
Yeah, because Steve Colbert's he actually, they thought he was totally a Republican. They let him go to the war in the Middle East and shit and everything. He took his show there.
So he duped him.
I don't know. It's a weird video because it seems like he's mocking him.
I don't think anybody from California is going to be for Republicans, are they? I got that switched.
Yeah, there are a lot of Democrats there, but it's a pretty big place.
California.
I'm sure there's a big batch of Republicans. You know, probably the guys with the money are Republicans. They usually like the guys with the big money usually want the Republicans in charge because the taxes are less for big wealthy people. Because they make those wealthy people pay their taxes on January 1st, like just cut a check to the government. Or how much money they're going to be making that year, probably. The guys that just have tons of profit coming in from a huge nest egg in the bank or wherever it's sitting. Or if they're above some level of income. I don't know how it works. Church should talk about it. It was only talk. As we're waiting for Wesley's pizza, he's not even here. He shut off his connection to get his pizza. Suddenly very hot in here. How come everybody left? You got a guitar there, Mike? Amp and everything.
So, Dave, was it you who had busted neck on one of your guitars?
This one right here.
Okay, that's what.
The heel broke off. The heel broke off. Yeah.
So did you check out that that guy I was telling you about?
Yeah, I started there, and then I went and I watched some other guys work on guitar necks, and then it turned out I didn't even have to take the neck off.
No, no.
All I did was glue the heel back on and bolt it back.
Exactly.
All at the same time with a clamp.
So it worked out okay for you?
Yeah, it came out fine. I just cleaned it up and put some tight bond and bolted it down.
Right.
With I even bought a clamp that was, real nice and stuff.
Yeah, that tight bond is highly recommended.
And I used who was it? Oh, I remember. Flat Earth dude, Kenny, he's a luthier, and he looked at it on the camera and told me what to do.
Nice.
And one of the things he told me was use some thin plywood for the clamps so I don't mark up the guitar. And I just happened to have some soft mahogany thin 1/8" plywood.
Yeah,
so that was perfect.
That or leather.
Yeah, leather. He said cork, which would have been nice.
Yeah, cork works good too. Yeah. No, I actually have guitar clamps. You know, ones you see where they got the threaded rod with wing nuts and the dowel that's like maybe an inch thick dowel that has.
Oh, that's for gluing the body down and the sides and everything.
That's for making it.
Yeah,
because that's what I did earlier in the 80s. I made my own attempt of making my own guitar. And it actually turned out pretty fucking sweet, and I wish I would have kept it.
I watched one video. The guy was just like carving the thing out. Like, I couldn't believe he just made a guitar on camera, just by cutting parts out. Like, with he had like a jeweler, so I did inlay and everything, man. It was like he did so much stuff where he just marked it by eye, like, and from taking from the other piece and stuff. It was just like the guy could really crank out a guitar with simple tools.
Yeah, a lot of those guys are amazing.
But my friend bought a Martin kit one time where he was going to have to do all that shit, glue the whole thing together. I guess it probably came with the neck, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're going to make an electric guitar, I would say, buy a good neck.
But this guy made the neck, it looked like. I saw him cutting out the neck with the bandsaw. I was like, holy shit. It's just most of the time, if you buy a neck right now, like for an electric that you're building, it's going to be made on a CNC machine, probably. You know?
Yeah, more likely.
Like, I had the guitar playing guy in our band, like one of the leaders of the bands. He would buy parts from Warmouth, and like the neck. You ever heard of this company, Warmouth? They're still online.
Yeah.
They'll sell you like a Strat neck, a Strat body, but they're made in America. They're pretty expensive. You know, if you build yourself a guitar with their parts, you're going to be spending over $1,000 for sure.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I feel like I want to have chicken tonight.
Yeah, you should probably have barbecued or fried chicken.
What, do you live with a fucking rooster?
Yeah, he's in here in the screened-in porch with me, shitting everywhere. I just kicked him. That's why he's mad.
Henry, you shush.
He's on the other side of the screened-in porch.
Funny.
Sing it, Henry.
I'm going to build a cigar box guitar.
Are you going to really use a cigar box, or are you just going to make a square body?
No, I'm going to actually go down to the smoke shop. You can pick them up for about $6 empty.
But how strong could you make that so the neck would stick? You have to put some reinforcement or something in there?
No. Basically, the wood, it's usually a 1x4, and then you cut it down, and then you double it up on the for your, use a different type of wood that's 1/4 inch thick for your fretboard, and the neck goes through the whole body. It attaches to the body all the way across from front to back. That's what gives it its strength.
Right. So you then you put strings down it. So you make the neck yourself, though. You just string it up.
Yeah. You make this neck yourself, and you use finishing nails. I think they're 8-penny finishing nails, and you use those for your frets. And it's really backyard type stuff. And I was watching a video on it the other day, and I'm like, I'm gonna make me one of them. That'll be really cool. It'll only have 4 strings on it.
Couldn't you use like copper wire for the frets, maybe, or just buy frets material?
You can, but this is more geared to playing slide.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not playing full chords or anything like that. But it's more geared for a bottleneck slide, which I happen to have.
A bottle or a slide guitar?
No, I don't have a slide guitar. I wish I did. That would be cool. Oh.
A laptop steel guitar type of thing?
Yeah, that would be nice. But no, it won't be. When you make it, it's not going to be a it's not going to be lay it on your lap type thing. You'll basically use a bottleneck like what I got, and then
you have to tune your guitar a special way too.
Yeah, you tune your guitar to an open E or an open D.
Yeah.
But again, I don't having this guitar is so low, the action's so low, I can't even do it with this.
Hey, can I play you guys something and see if you guys can do the guitar part?
Do what?
He's
Play you guys a song, see if you can do the guitar part.
What song?
Let's see. You hear that?
I hear it. Permanent.
Yeah.
Ain't no rest for the wicked. Is that the song?
What's up?
Is that Ain't No Rest for the Wicked?
Yeah. So you've heard it before?
Uh-huh. I think so. I heard the terminology.
Yeah, I like how that guy. He's got a guy walking down. He's got a kind of weird way that he sings. I like it.
I thought that was supposed to be you on Shmuel.
That is. That's why I liked. I mean, that's why I picked this song to sing.
Yeah.
I like. Yeah, that song kind of shouts at you a little bit. I hadn't heard that song in a long time. And it came
What
up
band is it?
Cage the Elephant.
Huh. Must be on the radio. I've never heard of that band.
No, I can't. I don't even know any bands. None. I have zero band knowledge of what's hip. What are you kids listening to nowadays? What is that? Funk? Hip hop? Bebop? Chip-hop?
Take a freight train down to the station. Don't even care where it goes.
Oh, yeah. Pizza!
Ice Mountain Low.
Go ahead, guys. Dive in. Dive in.
What's going on, Mr. Musicians for Truth in the house?
Good to see you, brother. How are you?
Dread, what's up,
How's
buddy?
everybody?
Fred,
All good, all good. All is good. Just having a nice cold pint and enjoying the.
hey, I need that beer. I need that beer.
I wish if I could pass it through, man, totally would.
Got it right here.
Is that the music?
Well, here's the weird thing. All right, the name of the pizza place is Pair of Dice, but it's a euphemism for I'm in paradise.
Oh, paradise.
I thought that was kind of cool.
I've never heard of it.
I was just claiming it.
Is the pizza already there? You already got it that fast?
I got her.
Dang.
No, I'm fucking hungry. That's what I am. Oh, I would love this.
Chinese food.
Mm.
I heard that the food in China is pretty low quality, though. You get sick. They use crappy oils in China, allegedly.
That's important, man. That's important.
Quality.
Enjoy the show more while you're enjoying steaming hot coffee.
They use crappy oils in China. Steaming hot coffee, really?
That's important, man. That's important.
I know this doesn't exist. I know that when I put it in my mouth, the matrix is telling my brain that it is
Steaming hot coffee.
and delicious. I know this doesn't exist. I know that when I put it in my mouth, the matrix is telling my brain.
What are you doing, Dredd?
He's getting drunk.
Actually, I just, I'm sitting there, see the view. Can you see the view out there? Man, it's amazing. It's incredible. I couldn't get a table outside though. It's all filled up.
What is it?
Can you see through the window? Not really. Just a view of the ocean, like for miles and miles and miles.
We can see it.
But, yeah. Pretty nice little spot. The tub's like right on the water pretty much, right? Great. But I'm having wings, so I'm trying not to eat it for you guys. Cheap wings night.
Oh no, they're the best. It's the best thing to eat while I'm talking to you and asking you questions. It's wonderful.
I was listening to you chat with Shona last night and Dan the Waterman for a bit. You guys talking about, well, being on the streets there in Hollywood and, doing your thing. That new perspective thing was pretty funny.
Oh, you did? You saw it?
Yeah, it's a real joker, huh? That's funny. That's awesome.
It is awesome. I was about as happy as a dupe as I could be, like.
When you guys were first telling the story, like we got punked, I was like, uh-oh, this is gonna be bad. But no, that wasn't bad at all. That was funny.
Yeah, it was.
So
that kind of sits right.
Let me ask you, Dredd. When you're out and about, do you ever run across some old fart that says, "Why'd you get your hair cut?"
Grumpy old dudes mad at your hair, like signs everywhere, signs.
Yeah.
I put out my hat and I imagine that. Huh, me working for you.
I love that song.
The whole well, I wouldn't say the whole reason, but one of the big reasons why long hair became a thing is because everybody kept telling them to cut their hair. And if you tell somebody to do something, not.
Yeah. So what do you do with the guy who's really successful and has long hair? He's like biting.
Yeah.
Not that I'm super really successful, but I'm successful. Like my kids grew up amazing. I'm okay financially, like I work and stuff, and everything's not so bad. I'm working on getting off the system. I'm working on getting off the power grid. And I'm supplying my own power. So I'm just trying to do what I think is right.
So how's your top place coming, Dredd?
Oh, dude, I'm on pins and needles. I'm in that waiting period now where there's been a buyer, but they're going through the whole process of getting it inspected and all that stuff, but it's all in tip-top shape. So there's nothing to worry about. Everything that was any problem was repaired, fixed by a professional. So can't really complain about anything. Just keep. Well, they can, but I'm not going to get anything.
Are you talking quiet for a reason? I can't hear it. Can you hear him?
I was talking quietly, yeah. I was.
Oh, okay.
I'm in a public place talking about personal business, so it's kind of like
okay.
Well,
I was like thinking, are you like spying on somebody?
No, just I'm a private person,
Oh no, yeah, I get it.
To a degree.
The third time, I don't want to be loud, yeah, especially if I'm going to hang out with you guys. Fuck, kidding me?
I guess maybe that's not the right term. Not that I'm trying to be a private person. I'm just I keep people at arm's length.
Sure, you have to.
Yeah, that's the way I choose to do things. I don't say other people have to, but I choose to. But fuck the run of time.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Just don't get credit card information over the hangout.
True product of the environment. Right? Start to get jaded.
Did you hear that before, Dredd?
What's that?
Wes was trying to give his credit card information over the hangout. He was ordering a pizza. He forgot to hit the mute button on his hangout. So he was about ready to give his card information, and then Dave saved the day, muted him for him. We're like,
man.
Dave started playing the guitar really loud.
You are your own worst enemy, Wes.
Terrible.
That's fun. No, it's being human, right? We all constantly, I constantly make mistakes, right? That's part of the experience.
Have you ever met anybody, or you've ever been a ID
theft?
Yeah, somebody's stealing your ID.
I take a lot of precautions, so I'm fairly paranoid that when someone's going to do that. I haven't made it easy for them anyways.
So, Dredd, how long do you think it'll be before
Holy crap, did any of you catch that?
He said, how long will it be until, and then he cut out.
Yeah.
How long will everything going on your property?
I had a meeting with the gentleman that I'm buying the property off of. And he's also into free energy, right? And the free energy programs and systems that are out there. So we were talking, and it was interesting. He's already got a bunch of solar arrays going on. Yeah, we're working on a bunch of different. We came up with like a dozen different plans last night for like taking the water, because it's on a hill. Take the water, some of the runoff that's coming off the hill, and run it down into two ponds. Start creating electricity, drawing water from one pond into the other pond. There's this system through hydrogen. You can derive water from. Oh, it's complicated. But he was explaining to me, the guy I'm going to be living beside me doing part of his property from is a brilliant dude. I'll have to get him on here once he's comfortable with it. I was just waking him up last night. We spent about half an hour, 40 minutes talking about the heliocentric cosmology.
Right.
And he's like, oh yeah, we're sitting there, right? This is awesome. Getting laid out. We're sitting there. He points up at the night sky. He points up at the night sky and he said, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. You good? All right. He points up at the night sky and he says, there's Venus, right? I'm like, well, you understand what's wrong with that. You know, looking at Venus and what a Mercury, like you can't see that stuff, but you should be able to. And so I explained the whole thing to him, and his eyes just lit up. He was like, "You're right. Venus and Mercury are closer to the sun. So at nighttime, we should never, ever, ever see them." The model's broken now. It's really bad. There's so many examples of broken heliocentrism that it's just a matter of waking people up. Sleep. But yeah, so we were staring at Venus. We looked it up on Star Calc. Yeah, Venus, and it's like nighttime. He was shaking his head like, yeah, it's important. That shouldn't be there. And like, it's because we're not in a heliocentric model spinning around the sun through a vast, endless, blind universe. That stuff is bullshit.
Waking him up. I love it. That's cool. Yeah, I can't wait to get everything set up. Then we have a big party.
So that worked okay. When people are willing to listen, they understand and they open their eyes. But so many people are lost in their egos and their pseudo-intellectualism they gain from their fake education that we can't get through to people anymore, unfortunately. Yeah, that's my opinion. It's rather jaded. Please send your experts my way.
I'm going to get going. I'll be back later, guys. Hey, nice hearing you. And Jared, thanks again for, helping.
Take care, my friend.
All right.
All right.
Snack.
I think Snack eating like me too.
Are you there, Snack?
So I do want to, of course, I'll be, trying to, as soon as the blueprint's ready from Jared Moore, and I'll be buying that hyperdrive and the components needed. And I'll show you guys everything, all the parts. I'll do an unboxing with it or something like that. And we'll just check it all out, set it up. We'll see what it can do. Okay, feel like power, I start drawing from it. If what is true on the videos is true, it's pretty incredible. I'll be playing with power. My goal one day is to have a massive, free public, concert on my property with free energy power in the whole thing. Has it been done? Not to my knowledge, but I'm sure it may come. What do you got planned this year, you guys? Anything, little projects you got in mind? Dave, Dave, you must have some projects going on in mind.
so much background noise, I can't tell.
I'm hearing myself again.
Guess not many. No one has much to say today.
Oh, bro, I'm just in and out.
Oh, you know I always got shit to say. I just there's stuff in my face right now. I'll just do a minute.
Plain truth. Good. Day in the water, man.
I always got stuff to say, man. I'm just giving everyone a break.
Exactly. Here. What's up, bud?
Hi. What kind of beer did you get?
Always a lager. Always a lager.
We don't refer to them as pints here for some reason. And kind of like beer is something
You don't call a pint a beer. What's it called there?
Just a beer. Like we don't measure it in size. Like we don't say get a quart or get a pint.
Well, it's not really like that. So you can, in most restaurants here, it's usually two options. You can get a pint, which is the big glass, or a sleeve, which is the smaller glass.
And do you ever order it by the pitcher? Like guys like go here and get it by the pitcher as well.
No, for sure. If I'm with friends, yeah.
It's funny, beer is really something to do, not something to drink. It's like, what are you guys going to do? Oh, we're going to go get some beers, and then it's like, well, what do you, they ask, what are you doing? You go, well, having myself a cold pint. It's really something to do. If you want to get fucked up, you drink something else.
Yeah.
Beer is an activity. Mostly an activity.
Yeah, you could say that about a few recreational drugs too, probably.
That's true. The tribal thing with weed is pretty cool, though. I mean, people kind of appreciate sharing with each other a lot for some reason. Whatever that reason is, it's definitely tribal.
Oh, you guys. I saw a really weird video last night. Cool. Excuse me a second.
What video?
It's by a gentleman I've never seen before. I'd have to look it up in my history and get it later for you inside, but it was this fellow, the title was I took DMT and saw the simulation. That was the title of it. And I was like, okay, I'm interested in this. So this gentleman is talking about how when he took DMT, he was outside and he looked up at the sky. And like this guy, I don't know if he's a flat earther or whatever, but he said he saw the dome like pixelating, and he saw a cross across the sky where two beams, almost like the two seam connecting beam things were going across this massive dome in the sky, right? And it was just a really interesting account of a DMT trip. I was like, whoa, that's really cool. And coming from somebody who wasn't necessarily really like a flat earther, it was like, right? And so he's like, dome, there's a dome of us.
I hear everyone sees the same shit on DMT. That they all see the same biomechanical kind of stuff. No.
So some people see the same stuff. Not all people all the time.
Oh,
occasionally,
really?
Yeah. Occasionally, some people see the same,
like biomechanical gearing, kind of like.
Well, they call it the clockwork elves, and they're like these creatures who are, building that kind of like biomechanical, ultimately kind of impossible items, right?
What if they're seeing DNA helix? What if they're seeing the way shit's really built up?
Well, that's what he thinks. It's like he's seeing the simulation. He's seeing how it's actually built. It looks like a simulation from his point of view, is what he's saying.
Hey, I'm surprised you're into the simulation these days. I thought it was cool to hear you kind of summarize it that way.
I'll look at everything, but it doesn't mean that I'm on board with it, right?
It seemed to give you peace of mind, though. It seemed to give you more peace of mind than arguing the other points. I mean, I'm having a hard time using the words flat earth because I'm not sure I believe in it.
I do, but I proved it to myself.
I feel slightly hypocritical.
The evidence is undeniable for me, so I can't live.
What does that mean?
What'd you say, Dave?
You say you don't believe the Earth is flat?
I believe we're not on a globe, but they haven't proven to me any physical model. No way.
Well,
you just on a globe.
And we say flat Earth by default.
Right.
We say flat Earth, but not because we're convinced of it.
No,
I mean, not
water guys are convinced of it. Water, or we can go on. It automatically makes it flat.
I'm real sure that if you go left and right, you go into whiteout conditions. Very similar. Yeah, I mean, there's no telling how far and how to deal with it. To me, that sounds like a game. Like you went off the board in a game and you just went out into the void. It couldn't be much.
To me,
much
I've tried. How about this perspective? It's a big fresh palette that someone can create things on. A big open, canvas.
And it hasn't been settled, therefore cultured, therefore rendered?
Well, yeah, maybe.
Kinda like that?
Maybe.
Yeah, you just bumped into the wall.
No, that would make it solid. That would make it real.
That's where it started.
So what's funny? Either I'm in your world, or you're in mine.
Honestly, the only argument.
One way or the other.
One of the only arguments I found simulation theory has going for it is its correspondence with the dual slit experiment. Honestly, and I've never done
experiment?
The dual slit experiment. The dual slit experiment. Dual slit.
Oh yeah, right.
It doesn't really make sense.
Here's the deal: if there was Bible changes, for instance, if something's changed, which like Mandela effect stuff, it's either timeline or multiple universes, or it changed. It does it opens up definite options there that have to be if it's physical. If it's physical, there must be multiple timelines. I mean, it's hard to fathom. But boy,
what about the multiverse theory? There's so many fucking theories.
It's tough. If you thought flat Earth was tough, try explaining to people stuff's not real. I mean, there's nowhere to go with it. Where do you go with that explanation?
That's what I mean. It kind of feels like the Mandela effect. It almost feels like a dead end. Like, not that it's not viable, but there's no knowledge to be gained from it.
Or we're just trapped in our 2 and 3D world, and we don't understand real stuff.
Yeah, we're not able to interpret the information.
We've got to be a lot dumber than we think. We just got to be a lot dumber than we think. We think we're clever, but I mean, so we could catch wind, so we could catch sun, so we discovered electricity. We haven't up until recently in this digital age, we haven't done shit really. Now that it's digital, I think we might do something. Other than that, we've been sort of stuck since the Renaissance. In a way.
Metal age, huge steel machines.
I guess this will end up being the digital age. If there was the Iron Age and the Bronze Age, this will be the digital age. But the fact that I can plug in a different set of headphones or speakers, and that sound that it represents you, for instance, the noises I'm hearing perfectly represent your thoughts. It's pretty fantastic. You know that we can relay information that way is fantastic in itself. In other words, the basic speaker.
Would you? Here's the thing, though. Would you give it up for? Would you give it up for instincts, like animal level instincts, like knowing to fly, this and that? Like, would you give that up for those kind of level of instincts? I think I would.
I don't think we're connected to our instincts. I think all your instincts are pretty strong.
No, I think that animals have a way more profound instinct that drives them. Like as far as like birds migrating, animals returning to the exact same location they were born at. It's just that after traveling thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of miles or something like that, tens of thousands, they come right back to the exact spot they were born at. And so those kind of things, they allude to something more than like what we are given as instincts. Like, I don't have any innate instinct that tells me I should leave this place because the weather's getting bad. I just have common sense, right? Do you understand? I don't think they're riding on common sense. They're riding on something else, man, and they're more in tune with nature. To me, it feels like we were just dropped in here, and all that shit is actually part of the fucking environment, but we're not.
I hear you on that. I feel that too.
Don't fit in. Like, animals are so much more suited. They don't die of exposure in a few days if they're not clothed and shit. They're fine. But we are just not suitable for this environment. So I don't know what to say, right? I don't feel like we're from here somehow, or we were created and there was an afterthought.
Or that we're hybrid with whatever was here and whatever came here.
I lean towards that one, Dan, a bit.
I think that's why we have a conscious and subconscious mind, because we're just really not connected to what we are. Not at all.
Because what we